Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 44 of Risky Radio. My name's Ben, a.k.a. Shopa, and joining me, as always, Zach, a.k.a. Risky the Kid.
Hello, everybody.
And Lewis, a.k.a. Waterloo.
That's me.
Louise.
No, it's me.
It's me, Lois.
It's me, Lou.
Lois. Well, it was a pretty busy week for most games and me, so I'm going to start out because I never go first.
Do it.
I started the new chapter of work, I'll say, this week. Got out on the sales floor with Lou, doing some training with Josh Brooks, who's my mentor. I'm just going to shout out to him in case maybe I'm like, hey, I put you in the podcast, listen to it. New listener, maybe. Who knows? Probably not. But I've had a lot of fun. I haven't been able to make any money because I don't make money yet. But it's fun, actually, surprisingly. When it's slow, it's boring.
Yeah.
But
now you got to get a Switch so you can just sit at work and play it like Lou does.
I mean, I have a laptop, so I'll probably just get an emulator.
There you go.
Or a Switch. I don't know.
Get a Switch. Why do you want to bring your laptop in every day? You're going to be that guy?
I mean, I bring my laptop with me everywhere. So
you're that guy.
Yeah, I'm that guy.
He's already
I have
that
a
guy.
backpack.
God.
Yeah, I'm already that guy. But so that was fun. Played the usuals. I think I only got one win on PUBG this whole week. It was solo, 5 kills. Still haven't beat Lou.
It was right before I finally decided to play a little more PUBG, and then I was in a party with you and you won, and I was like, well, now we're not going to win because that was the win. That was the win for the day.
We got a fourth place.
We're done.
We got a bunch of shit circles is what happened.
That's what I come to realize. Like, unless you're really fucking good at that game, like, a lot of it just comes down to your positioning at the very end.
Yeah, at the very end. I got the luckiest kill in my win, and then I got an M249. And I was just like, oh, this
that
will
also
just
helps.
shred people real quick with an 8-time scope.
I just feel like every time we played, we had bad luck. Like, or the circles were just shit where there's like a house and then just open fields everywhere. So if you're not in that house, you're pretty much screwed.
Yeah.
Obviously played some League, and got to play a little bit of Monster Hunters this week. So that was a lot of fun. How about
Slaying
you, Zach?
monsters. Yeah, played a lot of Monster Hunter. Other than that, though, Mario vs. Rabbids, or Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I'm still playing that. I haven't really gone that far into that game. I just got to the point where I'm getting your like bonus powers, I guess. So other things besides just being able to shoot and move. Now you can like set up defenses or like heal people.
You got Mario, when one of the people move, he shoots them automatically. Do you have that trait yet?
I literally just got like my first traits and haven't played with them yet.
Oh,
so
really?
I was just told like the ones that have been given, and I feel like 2 of them were shields, and then one of them was a heal.
Yeah,
like Peach, Rabid Peach, I think
does a heal.
Yep. So it'll be fun getting back into that. I should have a lot of Switch time this week, I think. So I'll be playing that. That's that and Monster Hunter and a little bit of PUBG. Other than that, I don't think I actually played a ton besides those. How about you, Lou?
Yeah, about the same. Played a lot of Monster Hunter with you guys, a lot by myself as well. I mean, I don't love the game, but I do enjoy it. It's a nice little mix-up.
I mean, it's definitely not like anything that we've played in a long time, at least me personally.
I mean, it reminds me, it's like a mashup of like 2 different games, a bunch of different games. But like the aspect, because I'm a bowman in the game, so it kind of makes me think a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn, because a lot of the monsters you were fighting in that game were pretty big.
That's true, and they're just like big
open
monster / dinosaur things,
kind of attacking you. That and then Final Fantasy, just because that it's really a Japanese game, and then at the end after you complete a mission, like how the stats all pop up and everything, it just makes me feel like Final Fantasy. It's fun. I like the aspect where you can eat a big meal before you go out on the hunt.
Did you upgrade your cantina at all?
That's the thing. I got some quests like where the head chef dude is like. Is that not what you're talking about?
No, that is.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got the quest. I don't know if I've completed any.
I don't remember when I completed the one I did, but I have like this chef's choice meal now.
Oh yeah,
and I get like an extra third HP and an extra third like stamina. I get huge.
Yeah,
and that helps a lot with staying up and but when you like forget to eat before you go out, you notice it.
You like
such low stamina and health, and you go out there.
But yeah, that's cool. I like how there's like 14 different weapons you can choose from, and then there's an iron and bone type from each of those.
I mean, there's way more than that. Well, I mean, those are like
the two base model.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying from the base model, you have 14 different weapons plus 2 different bone or iron, and then you can upgrade from there, which is nice. And then all the suits you can get from killing animals, and then upgrading those suits to make them more powerful, and you can have different loadouts. So if you want to like have all the rock one,
being
or all
able
the bone
to
one,
the different loadout thing, like I'm going to be fighting an electric monster, so here's everything that's bone.
Yeah.
So you could just like label that loadout like electric or water, and then
maybe that's why I was getting smoked by the Ajanath.
Ajita. The Anjanath gives you Ajita.
Yep. I had a lot of Ajita when I was playing that game.
Because I don't know if I didn't look at my loadout, so I was probably like -4 fire and everything.
Well, that's the thing.
Idiot.
Like, if you go into this game not reading into the systems and not like maximizing your potential with even like a weapon class, like some weapon classes are going to do better against certain animals. So, like, I was talking to Reckham in Discord earlier, and he was saying how like a part that he needed to crack the monster's back to get the part, because that's where it comes from. So he was saying how he needs to learn the insect glaive, because the insect glaive guy just jumps up super high, can like mount the monsters like easier than any other class can.
I mounted a monster for the first time.
Did you?
Today. That was really weird. You just spam Y.
And then did it have you like brace with the right trigger at all, or no?
No.
Did you not have to do that? Okay.
It just threw me off.
Yeah, so like when it goes to do the animation to throw you off, you can hold right trigger and he braces, so your guy will like hold on tighter to the monster. And like with my class, I'm playing the charge blade, and when I'm up there, if I have like my vials, you get like vials in the charge blade, like vials of power, I would say. And when you're mounted, eventually you'll get to where it makes you hit Y, and then he does his like special on top of him, and he just does a ton of damage. But yeah, it's definitely a game where if you're not paying attention to the systems, you can definitely get killed real easy.
Yep.
Because your base stats don't really go up at all. It's just equipping the right armor for the right animal for, like, I don't know, you just need to always be prepared for what you're about to fight.
Yeah, you got to have the right tools for the hunt, basically.
Yeah, and a big part of that, which apparently this hasn't been in other Monster Hunter games, but that the Beast book, the Hunter's Guidebook or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
How you're like, you level up certain monsters by looking at their footprints, by fighting them, that kind of stuff. And as you level it up, this guidebook will tell you, like, these are the weapons that work best to kill it. This is like, it just gives you a bunch of different information. So if you have, like, say if you have a Jagra in that book and it's leveled up all the way, it'll tell you, like, this is exactly what weapon hit him exactly this spot, use this type of element, and it's literally the highest amount of damage you'll be able to do.
I also think that when you have them so high in level, you don't have to, like, you know how you have to get their trail sometimes?
You might be able to track them, like, a lot quicker or something.
I think because I know when you first start tracking animals, you have to hit so many like footprints and everything.
5 sets of footprints or something like that
to know which direction.
Trail.
So that might get lower as you become.
I think it might just be one, and then your scout flies know which way they're going.
I mean that would make sense. That's the thing.
I feel like I've had I loaded into one of the I can't remember which one it is. I loaded in, and my scout flies already knew exactly where to go without even having to pick anything up.
Okay.
Felt like.
I mean, I would also say there's a ton of small nuanced stuff like that we're not even aware of still, because we all put maybe 10 plus hours in,
something like that.
But like that's not how much time you need to learn this game. Like it's a game that I would assume takes a lot of time to master. Even just mastering one class of like weapon takes a substantial amount of time. So I don't know. I don't know what the end game looks like in this game. It seems like the gameplay loop is really good as far as.
Well, I like it. They have it like you can go hunting, you can go scouting, there's capture ones. Yeah, exactly. There's a kind of a nice little assortment of little quests you can run on.
Do you guys do a lot of talking to like the people in like the social space as well?
Generally, I only click on them if they have the exclamation points.
Okay. About the same.
I know you can talk to them. I don't know how much that actually adds. It probably just adds to like the world building a little bit. Like you might learn a little bit more. At
this point, to be honest, I think it feels like I have to do side quests if I'm going to do anything alone. Like there's no way I can kill the Anjanath right now.
Yeah. I always get him done.
Unless I'm
that's the thing.
Super technical about it.
I was going to say, you also said that you weren't like looking to make sure you were using the best armor. So you might
didn't have. Well, I guess I didn't look up fire. I knew it was fire, but that was it. Like my book doesn't tell me anything. It just says like his neck is sometimes vulnerable before he spits fire.
So that's the thing where you're out just tracking more, getting more clues to level up that book, and then you might figure out that like it's weak to water, and then you're gonna look at you're gonna go to the smithy, like check out all the different armor you can create, and then if there's one set of armor that is super fire resistant, for instance, you might go hunting for those certain parts that you need to actually make that armor.
It's definitely not a game for like just picking up and go. It's a game where you have to put some time into it.
Absolutely.
And then once you put enough time into it, then you can just pick up, play, put it back down. Type deal. But it's a slow process to get there, though. I feel like,
especially if you want to be good with multiple weapons too, for multiple situations. Like some of them are definitely easier to learn than others. But even if you go to like the training grounds, which helps to show exactly what your combos are, that still doesn't teach you the best way to actually utilize your weapon class when you're out in the field.
Well, because you're just shooting barrels in the training ground. Right. You're not actually shooting things that are moving around that have resistance and have a mind of their own.
Yeah, so like for me, using the charge blade, I watched a couple of YouTube videos because I was like, I know how to do each thing, but I don't know what's the best way to be doing each thing, or like in what order, or like some combos are just obviously going to be better than others. So like there's certain ones that I just don't touch.
Yeah, that's the same for like the archer class. I watched one as well, and it was like the one where you're charging right trigger and it has like the 3 levels. Like never use that because it's the same as just if you hit it 3 times.
Yeah.
Or like you use the one where it shoots up the arrow and drops down rocks like way more than me. I just spam my right trigger, and if they're facing sideways to me, I hit the B ending one.
Yeah. I don't know that.
And I think, well, because the other thing that you can know your combos like as well as you want, but you have to get like the attack of the monster, like the different attacks of the monster down, so you know when to use each ability.
That's so like you said for the Anjanath, like even if you don't have the proper gear, if you're slow enough and technical enough and like you've learned its patterns, you'll be able to whittle it down slowly but surely. But having things like the right armor, the right weapon for the job is definitely going to speed that up.
Yep.
How about the story? I feel like that there's not a ton to it.
You're part of the 5th Fleet. You're coming into the new world, and let's see.
You're looking for an elder monster.
Well, yeah. Every decade,
yep,
an elder monster goes from your old world to the new world,
and then they send out.
And that's how you get to the new world, is you track that elder dragon,
which we did, and it fucked up our ship
and it
pretty
just
good.
Picked us up, and we were on its back.
Yep.
I can't wait to fight a monster that big. That'll be fun.
That's the thing I'm wondering is that kind of what the end game looks like? Is like you fight a Shadow of the Colossus sized
beast
at the very end?
Something you probably have to. So,
but I still feel like the end game is so far away from where we are right now.
I mean, let's see. The Anjanath is like this, like 6-7 missions in, maybe. I'd say maybe
of like main missions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like,
6.
You just had a base camp you're on securing again. So I feel like there's still 3 more world.
That's the thing. Like, I bet you there's still a bunch of territories.
I was gonna say, I think there's at least 3
to have like
we have to unlock still.
a real deep discussion about this game. We probably need to be like 50 hours into it and like unlocked a bunch of other shit.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the large monsters list, which is like what each one of those quests is made of. There's 31.
31.
So if you do 6 per area, that's roughly 5 areas plus the ending guy. So
yeah,
cool. I can see that. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna. I mean, since I paid for it, I'm gonna want to put more time into it. And it's something that's definitely more enjoyable with friends if they had the multiplayer thing.
That's the thing. Is like I feel like does the scale work, or like do the monsters scale with how many players you have?
They're supposed to, yeah, I think so.
But I have a feeling the scale's a little under.
That's like because I'm not sure
for everything, because we did that one that was supposed to be like it was 50 minutes, which they never really are. But it was 3 different monsters that we all just beat.
Took us like 20 minutes,
and not even. It took like 14
Maybe it doesn't
minutes
scale
to
it.
smoke
I don't know.
them.
But because what I was wondering is because like eventually you get to a point in the main missions where if you're playing by yourself, it's really fucking hard. And that's when they introduce the SOS button where you can like shoot up the flare and like random people can join you. So that's why I was wondering, like, could you potentially go through the whole game solo and it would just be really, really fucking hard?
Yeah, I'm imagining so.
I think so, right?
Yeah.
I think it depends on how many side missions and stuff you do too.
But that's you're not gaining like XP for doing side missions. You're just getting potentially more parts to get better
can you
weapons.
Well, but each one of those side missions you end up killing stuff. You end up getting.
Well, yeah, but you could just do expeditions in that area until you get everything you needed.
Which are side missions also.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is like to progress though. It's like some parts that you need for the better weapons and the better armor. You're not going to be able to find them until you progress the story to run into like new areas. So like the best equipment is going to be gated by the last world, I'm sure. Like once you get there, then you can really start focusing on the best gear in the game, I guess. So what are you guys like hunt ratings at, or whatever they are? Like your stars, I guess. It's called HR, I think.
Oh.
I mean, we're both at the Anjanath, and that's 4.
So it's 4, right? I think
so
we're all at 4.
Well, we haven't beat it yet, so I don't know if we're at 4.
The Anjanath? No, I'm probably right where you guys are, actually.
Yeah. So I think we're actually 3 and trying to get. I don't think, because if somebody invites us to like a level 4 hunt, I don't think we
can't do it. Okay, maybe
because we haven't beat Anjanath yet.
Could be.
Yeah, for some reason I was thinking 4, but maybe
because the Anjanath is a level 4.
But then I thought we wouldn't be able to go on the fight because it's a level 4 quest. And I didn't think you were allowed to go on quests that were above your actual level. I could be wrong.
Or maybe it's
3.5.
Or maybe you can go on one higher because it's
3.5.
One
close
higher.
enough. Let me fight
or else
the
you never go farther. Maybe we are level 4, and that's why we're doing level 4. That makes sense too. But either way, I mean, we all have to beat the Anjanath, so.
All right. Well, you guys definitely have some negatives about the game, though, I'm sure. So what were those for you?
I mean, my biggest thing is they just have to fix like the connections between players and multiplayer.
The network has been real bad.
Like we stopped playing earlier because there were times where Lou would be like, "Hey, it's running away. Why are you standing still?" And like it'd be standing right in front of me at that point
on your screen, right?
And then like 2 seconds later, it'd be like halfway up the hill or something, or like it would just like pause. So I went to do like a super combo, and then I would just get run over and just faint out of nowhere.
That's what, like, it's weird because if you guys were playing at like 1 today or whatever, like that's not a heavy server time like for them. So it's like if there was going to be a time that the game was going to be running smoothly, it was probably going to be at like 1 o'clock today.
Yeah. I don't know.
I didn't play today at all, but it was Saturday night then.
But then
it was horrible.
Yeah.
But we played the other night, and I feel like
It was
It was better for you.
when we played, the three of us played. We did that 3 monster like quest or
But
whatever.
that's the thing. Like when that was happening, like I was having issue. I wasn't like yelling about them, but like I recorded a video clip of you guys like fighting stuff, and then like the monster just like clipping around and like disappearing from my view and shit.
That's
I've
really
had that
really
happen.
weird.
I've had that also happen every now
But
and
like
again.
if you're ever playing by yourself, you don't run into issues though.
Yeah.
No.
So definitely something.
One thing I wish they made it is the quest joining. How I can't
Oh,
join your
fuck,
quest
it's so
unless
bad.
you watched all the cutscenes, cinematics.
I read somewhere that they're aware that it's a shitty system, so they're working on it.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole joining group thing, like, yes, once you figure it out, it's not horrible.
No.
Like you
But
can,
fuck it, just watch the cutscene again.
yeah.
What do we
Or
care?
like the worst part is if you're both on the same mission,
Yeah.
you can't join each other's games, even though you're on the same exact mission. You should be able to watch the cutscenes together. I can understand not letting the lesser person go forward to maybe watch stuff that they haven't gotten to, but when you're both at the same level, you should be watching the same exact cutscene and then doing that together, and you can't. Like, that's obnoxious.
Yeah.
So you both have to go into your own ones separately, watch your cutscenes, and then wait till you both get to the hunt
section.
phase, and then one of you has to leave your section to go into the other person's thing, and then you're not getting credit for that mission if you finish it on theirs. So you still have to go back and finish the mission a second time.
Oh, you don't get credit for it?
No.
Oh, because I know there's a part
So
where
that's
it says
horrible.
rewards off. Like if you join the hunt too late, you don't get any rewards.
Yeah.
But I thought if you joined it, it would count as beating it towards
So
you.
like the best thing that you can do, I think, when you're just playing, if you're not like worried about progressing the story, is those investigations.
Investigation.
Interrogating the monster.
Where did you eat this lamb?
Because when you go in those, it's just you have a set time limit, you have your rewards that you're definitely going to get, and then you just have a few monsters or different monsters, and there's different like modifiers. Like you only get to faint once, you only get to faint twice.
I think it's weird how you have to you have to go out of your whole game, pretty much. You go back to like the loading screen, pick into the same world the same character you were just in, and it goes to like a different world instead of just like
It's just like
auto joining.
It's one step more than you should have to do.
Yeah, it's just
like
fucking
most games will
auto-join.
just migrate server and like go. You just join theirs. This one's like, well, hop out, reload your save, and then hop in.
I wonder if they like did that preemptively, because you know how in Destiny, if you were really into Destiny, you had like your 3 characters. And so if you're getting together with people and you're
maybe
like,
you have a second
and
character.
they're like, hey, we have 3 archers, we need a charge blade, and you're like, yeah, I have one level fucking 12
a
here.
charge blade main,
invite
my
me.
other save.
And so like they invite you, and then you go to the other save,
Well,
so you can
that's-
pick whatever save you want to go in with.
That's just silly, because if you're gonna get to level 12 with the blade, why not do it on the same character? Like,
Yeah,
there's no
just
reason
switch
to
your
have
weapons.
There's no reason to have 2 save files, I don't think. So yeah, it's definitely odd
especially
that it
because you
makes
can
you
do
do
any
that.
weapons.
One thing you can do to kind of mitigate the hassle is you can join squads, and then when you load in, you can load in into a squad session. So if people from your squad are on, you'll just automatically go into theirs. So you don't have to worry about inviting or anything. It's a minor thing, but it helps a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, that is a nice feature.
I was also kind of put off from the combat initially because it feels technical but kind of janky, if that makes sense. Like, you need to precision hit, but sometimes it feels kind of off, at least when you're like melee. Did you guys play melee characters at all, or was it all
I
range?
played a
pretty
hammer.
much?
Nah, I don't
Okay.
play any.
But I
melee.
definitely see like I was underneath the Anjanath with a hammer,
So
and
yeah,
I was
there's
like
stuff like
swinging
that.
and hitting his big toe, but it was still giving me like, because I was like hitting him in the neck as I was coming through, it was still giving me like that neck shot for 25 damage or whatever.
Yeah, so it just feels like in a game where like you need to cut off this guy's tail because maybe a part you need is from his tail, or like you need to break a leg or something, like you have to hit certain spots. It seems like a lot of the time that's really hard.
Do you guys utilize the targeting system?
Like the auto camera thing, like the lock-on camera,
Yeah.
to target just the monster, right? Or,
Yeah. You can target specific
once you're on them,
parts.
you can target specific spots.
You can?
Yeah, it gives you like a little. You know how you get the big red one like on their face or whatever.
Yeah.
You can hit it again, and it'll target like their leg.
Oh no
or
shit!
something.
Okay, see, so no, I didn't realize that. That would definitely help with if I just want its tail. The camera will just focus on the tail.
But that's really annoying for me out and back when I'm using my bow. It'll get creatures that are behind me, and they'll be like not even like they'll be like the little like dragonflies that fly around. I'll hit the target again, and he'll just turn around.
Go to one of those.
Yeah, they'll go to like the closest animal near me, which is obnoxious sometimes.
Yeah, that could be a pain in the ass.
I think I'm gonna toggle and change a couple of different like visual settings, like lock on and camera view, because I'm not always a fan of like the big move one way and the other way kind of thing, where I feel like I want to aim where I'm looking, not aim like where my thumbstick is, aim where my actual body is going. Like, so if you play with the archer, if you just hit right trigger, even if you're looking to the right, your guy won't turn to the right to fire. He'll just fire an arrow off in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay.
So I think I want to see if there's a different like targeting system with toggling with the cameras and like the focus points to see if there's anything I looked through them once, and I didn't think there was anything that would help. But maybe if I just switch one and see how bad it actually is, then I'll understand why
it took me. It took me probably about half hour to find out how to change the inverting settings. At first I was like, this game is so fucking stupid. There's no inverted. Fuck this game. I'm done with it. And I played it a little bit longer, and I'm like, it could be cool if there was an inverted area. Well, because it didn't just say regular invert, and it was like camera options, zoomed camera options. I'm like, I'm not using my camera. I just want to fix the way I look. Then I went
through your camera.
There was a little N64 controller on top with a cord and like an up, down, left, right, and two buttons.
Controller.
Whatever.
It was a regular old school Nintendo controller.
I'm so sorry.
You should be. There's a big difference.
That's where you had to do your gameplay.
The
stuff.
64, it looks like a.
N64 is a real fucked up controller.
Yeah, it's got 3 legs.
Well, that's what I played on a lot, so that's why I thought it was. But getting to that, so Scottman wrote in with a question. We'll answer it right now since we're in our Monster Hunter talk. With the outstanding success of Monster Hunter World's 5 million copies on release weekend, which is crazy.
That's a lot.
That is pretty local.
That's like for a game like PUBG that was so hyped up for.
And it did like what, 2.5?
Yeah, something like that.
2.5, 3 mil. Do you think we could see a resurgence of Scalebound, which seemed to be the same kind of format, older Microsoft exclusive, or games like similar in the style?
Like you fighting a big beast?
Kind of something like that, or like a Colossus.
I mean, Shadow of Colossus is coming back out, or is back out already.
Yeah.
I could kind of see it, but also I feel like it would get stagnant pretty quick. I don't know.
I don't know what Platinum Games is doing right now. Those are the people that were supposed to be making the game. Mm-hmm. If the game was going to make a comeback, I'm assuming they'd have to finish whatever project they're on now and then to reboot it. I would assume they still have all their Scalebound files on hand, and hopefully, how much they had made of the game is still there. That's the thing, is like when we saw like demos of that game, it looked pretty close to being finished.
Mm-hmm. It was cool because you were a dude fighting a big monster who also had a dragon.
Yeah, so like if you went in with your friends, you had your dragon and yourself, and then like your buddy also had his dragon, and you had your own guy you were controlling.
Way cooler than the cat.
The Palico? You don't like your Palico friend?
No, I like my Palico friend, but if I had a choice between a
dragon and a Palico,
all
right, touche.
I think I'd choose the dragon.
Touche.
My Palico is pink.
I actually put the ladybug outfit on my Palico for a while.
I just
pretty
put
badass.
The whole pukey outfits on with the knife and everything.
Very nice.
So I mean,
well, it's funny because like the first thing I said when I got into this game, you have like a gathering section, and you go out, you hunt things, you do a quest, you come back. I was like, this kind of feels like Destiny a little bit. Not as much to the point where like you research stuff and like.
I was gonna say that bosses feel like bullet sponges.
It's a instead of a loot and shoot, it's a loot and
hunt.
Hunt and
Smash. I don't know. It's fun. I like it. I'm not gonna lie. It's
it's
if I
nice when it's
boxed
working.
it, I definitely would have used it longer than the 3 days. But also, at the same time, I'm not sure if I'm happy with the price. But it's too late now, so I definitely recommend
The price
playing
of
it.
$30.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting I'm
Game
supposed
share?
to get money from you.
Yeah, you'll never get money from me.
I know.
First commission check's all yours, and my first child.
I thought you
Oh,
can
I
keep
don't
the
want
child.
Okay, phew.
Seems like more of a burden.
Yeah, it's a punishment. I like the game. I'm having fun with it. I'm definitely gonna keep playing it. I wanna fight a big monster. All the monsters have kind of felt the same to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah, they've all big creatures that just charge you and you just dodge them.
He's an archer.
It's all I feel like.
I can see where he's coming from because it's literally like 3 combo, and then archers have like a built-in dodge with their combo.
You got one that picks up rocks and tries to hit you with them. You got
Okay.
one who charges you with his big skull head. You got an electric dude who
Yeah, a
charges
swimmer.
you.
you got
as well.
you got a throw up man who just vomits purple goo and poisons you.
Yeah, yep. And then he does it the same
Yeah,
way. Though.
one that eats a giant like.
No, they literally all
Animal
have like
and
different
then-
movement patterns.
I
and
feel like
stuff.
they feel too similar.
This is probably
to
why
me.
you're not that good at this game.
No, they feel too similar to me.
What's that saying about me? He's better than me.
No, I don't
nothing.
know. They seem really similar though. They like attack and charge. One spits poison out of his ass. One spits fire out of his mouth. But they both make a
Which
farting
one?
sound.
Wait, which one spits poison out of his
I
ass?
think it's the Pookie Pookie, the one that the
definitely.
tail.
That definitely.
No,
just,
it's a tail that like gets huge and then it goes and sprays poison everywhere.
I definitely don't remember that happening in our Pookie Pookie.
It
fight.
might have not have been the Pookie Pookie, but it was one animal that its tail gets hugely engulfed and it goes. I don't know why I had to do it twice, but it seemed necessary.
So pitch me your Monster Hunter monster that isn't like a monster or whatever you're whatever you're complaining about.
Godzilla. So,
You don't know that there's not Godzilla
King
in
Kong,
the
an
game.
ape type deal. Like something
You've
that-
seen 6 out of the 31 large monsters.
I know, and
like,
these 6 have been pretty similar to me, at least.
To each their own, Lewis. To each their own.
One's just a smaller one. I don't know.
It's not a human, so they're the same.
Go fuck you. All humans are the same. More than
I don't know. One of them, like,
they are slightly different, but I feel like maybe it is because I'm an archer. It feels like their attack patterns are almost the same.
Yeah, because you just have to sit out in the back and go pew pew pew. Some of us have to be in there.
I'll be honest. Archer range isn't actually like archer range in this, which is a little weird.
I heard that it's more like pretend you have a shotgun.
Yeah, it really is.
Especially when you put on like the coatings and stuff, because like the close combat coating is like 4 feet.
Yeah, you have to be right up in their business.
Yeah, I did read that there's no sitting way back.
No, but in all honesty, if you do have like a melee form person, like when we were fighting with you, we had 2 archers and a charge blade. It didn't feel like we got attacked that often compared to how much it tried to eat your face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I'm getting attacked by a man with a sword right next to me, I'm probably going to kill whatever's closest to me.
Oh,
True.
yeah.
It would just be funny when, like, you'd go off somewhere to go, like, heal, and, like, me and Lewis would be sitting there, like, hacking at it and shooting it, and he'd just be like, nah, fuck you guys, I'm going to go chase the guy who ran away.
Yeah.
And then he'd just fuck you up while you were trying to
It
heal.
was like the
Jump up on like the top of a rock and it's a water Pokemon. Like, like stay in the water, you asshole. You can't get up on this rock. Technically, you shouldn't even. And then it like swims through the rock. There were a couple of times where it was like super glitchy and shit too.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of clipping in this game. It definitely doesn't care about textures,
No.
what they should and shouldn't be going through.
But it's fun. It's an interesting take on an open world game. Completely.
Words.
That was bad. Sorry.
Okay.
I mean, so it held my attention for 10 hours, and I only got tilted about 6 times. So that's not a bad.
It sucks that a lot of the like anger comes from either the game not functioning right because of the servers, or like
It was
you just being
there was
bad.
half user error, half the game not working like perfectly.
right.
So
I feel like it's fine to get frustrated if you got killed by a monster because you fucked it up and like rolled the wrong way or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's different when the monster's 20 feet away from you and then all of a sudden you're dead.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck? Hopefully they iron out those problems though, because this game has a lot of potential as far as it having legs and actually lasting a long time. Like, I could see myself playing this longer than I played Destiny 2. Not that that's saying a ton at this point. But I don't know. I'm excited to see what the end game is, but I know it's far away, and it'll take a lot of time and hard work and learning systems. And
I mean, we're 4. Reckham said he was HR 11.
Yep. He said he also put 40-ish hours into the game. So I think
35 hours.
I think Toast is
10
also
HR.
up in that same level, up near 11.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely
I
a lot
think
of
I'm
games
gonna play
to
the
play.
bagpipes.
Dude, I wish I could learn.
I looked at it, and it's like this combo increases your team health. This combo increases your team attack. I was like, well, what if I want to play solo?
That's the thing. Oh, well, you'd never play that solo.
When you said bagpipes, I'm like, I pictured you actually playing the bagpipes and not like the instrument, the gun, the weapon. And
not like the thing in the game that we've been talking about for the last half hour.
I don't know. It was called bagpipes. Okay.
I actually don't know.
Iron bagpipes.
Is that what they actually are called? Bagpipes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be sweet if you got good at those, because then you can just actually like buff up your team or like give them stamina or whatever.
Everything.
All sorts of things. Okay.
Depending on what combo you hit.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. But yeah, overall, I think it's really good, and a lot of people.
Once they iron stuff out, it'll be great for me. I just get super tilted really quickly when shit doesn't work the right way.
Yeah, I mean, and that's understandable.
So it's like we'll play this game and we'll get really mad at it, and then we'll go play PUBG, and we'll get really mad at PUBG because it's ass, and then we'll go back to Monster Hunter. And it's
where are the good games? We should just be playing Call of Duty because the servers work.
Like Assassin's Creed,
a game that I can play by myself and not have to worry about it like lagging out for some stupid reason.
Rocket League.
That's a good point.
Wolf.
That's pretty clean.
I'll stick to my darkest dungeon.
There you go. That's not going to lag
Also
and fuck up on you.
Player. I was trying to go for multiplayer games we could play together and not have a ton of lag. So Call of Duty it is.
All right. Or Battlefield. Or Battlefront.
Destiny.
Or Destiny. Or I guess we have a lot of options.
Yep.
They're all old. But up next, let's get into some free shit.
Ching!
It doesn't work again, so Lou's going to do that in his Russian accent the whole time.
Was that your Russian cha-ching?
No, that was not. I have to build into my Russian cha-ching.
No,
I just can't do it.
Just do it right now.
I can't. I just can't do it.
He's not in character.
I'm not Russian. It goes ching. See?
So now just say cha-ching.
Ching.
Okay, great.
You can do it. You lied to me.
It takes much practice, okay?
It takes much practice.
Much practice. Holy wow. So your games with gold, we mentioned this last week, but they have changed over. Zombie continues until the 15th of February, but you got Shadow Warrior started the 1st, goes to the 28th, and then for Xbox One, replacing Zombie the 15th, which we'll go over next week as well. You can get Assassin's Creed Chronicles India.
Yay. Good day, we get the Chronicles of India.
That was a pretty good Chronicles. I won't lie. I was worried about that word there for a second. That they even realized it, let alone could say it in the accent.
Fuck you.
For 360, you have Split Second until the 15th, and then Crazy Taxi from the 16th to the 28th. Yay, great games.
I'm super excited for Crazy Taxi.
You better play it then.
You actually excited?
I did enjoy Crazy Taxi.
I just remember Crazy Taxi from the arcade.
Yeah,
so
it was always fun playing it on the arcade. It might suck on the actual console.
I don't even know if arcades were a thing when I was born.
What? I think arcades were the only things that were a thing when you were born.
I wish arcades were still a thing.
No, I'm pretty sure like
They
Atari
kind of
and
are.
that shit was out.
Like the Penny Arcade down in New York City where you can drink beer and play.
Any barcades. That's the thing. You just have to like go to New York City where there's one
Barcade.
every 7 blocks.
Be
And then
nice.
get
Not in
out
Syracuse.
and-
Why don't we do that? Why don't we
Let's
just open
just-
a barcade?
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
Let's do it.
because nobody.
Please
let it go.
fund us money so we can open up a barcade.
Yes, please send us large donations for Barcade.
Mm-hmm.
And then drive to Syracuse and you can play all the
Or-
games you want.
Yep.
Fly for some of you listening.
Or fly.
So PS Plus games have also switched over as of you listening to this, the 6th of February. So PS4, you can get Knack and Rhyme.
Rhyme's supposed to be really good. Rhyme's I think Rhyme just got added to Game Pass actually as well. If you're on Xbox, so
That Game Pass is a winner.
Woo!
Yes.
PS3 Spelunker HD.
Ooh. Speaking of Spelunker HD, did you see on the Nintendo store you can get Spelunker, the original game?
Spelunky?
Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah, some of the games have changed on
Why
there.
do they keep doing that? They keep just bringing up all these games that I liked on other systems, just
Right?
making me rebuy them again.
It's because it's the evil
Stupid.
smartness of the Switch.
Spelunky. Oh, I'm going to buy Spelunky after this.
Yep.
Great.
Awesome. Good job, Lou.
You're welcome,
More
Spelunky.
money.
If you would like to give me part of the proceeds that Zach
Sponsorship?
purchases there, that'd be nice.
And Mugen Souls Z.
Mugen.
Is that what it actually is?
No, I don't know. Just
Muggin?
like a
Muggin?
cow.
Mugen.
I would have said Muggin.
Muggin?
I know
Because you
what
see
would've
mug
said.
and then you see and
It could be Mugen. I don't know.
Mugen.
It's probably like Japanese or something.
Oh, he's the Mugen Souls, yeah.
Oh, god damn it.
That's all three right there for you. Got them all early in the podcast this time. And last but not least, for your Vita, Grand Kingdom and Exile's End. So that's going to do it for your free shit. That segment's sponsored by 16 Ounce Gaming. Discord is in the show notes. Next up, we are going to grab some listener questions that we've received from the past week. All right. First up, Ireful Otter. If you could live in any video game world, which would it be and why? Anybody can go first.
Anybody can go first.
Yeah, anybody can go first.
Fine, I'll do it.
Final.
I have two answers.
Okay.
Of course you do, Lewis.
My first answer is Mass Effect. It's
Because you want to have sex with a lot of aliens, don't you?
Which one? Because
No.
if you go to the first Mass Effect,
the first-
you might be fucked if the
He's the one getting
actually win.
fucked.
I'm thinking of the actual world. I'm not thinking of events that are taking places
Okay.
during this. I'm just thinking as far as being able to like travel, like space travel. Like I would have to pick a game with some type of space travel, or
Yeah.
like with Mass Effect having different species and stuff like that being on Earth. Because then when I was thinking about this question, I was like, well, you probably wouldn't be like a space pilot or something. Like I would just be like a poor farmer on Earth in the Mass Effect world. So like, maybe that's not that exciting. But you'd have other races and stuff, and that'd be sweet. And just knowing that space travel is a thing would be dope. My other answer was New Donk City. New Donk City seems pretty awesome.
So the Mario world, very nice.
Everything seems happy in Nintendo games, so
yeah.
and New Donk City is the most relatable, I think. I don't want to be stuck in a scary lunch land where I can fall in giant things of soup and fucking... No, it's a nightmare. New Donk City was a fun place. I'd get the band back together, and then we'd have big loud concerts on the top of skyscrapers all night.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Be pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
How about you?
Oh, this is a tough one. I've thought long and hard on which world I would want to live in, and I might have to go because I was thinking space as well too. I did think the Zelda world would be somewhere on Hyrule. Living there would be pretty cool.
Except for everything's just out to kill you.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like any typical video game. But I also was thinking Destiny world because, like you said, with traveling, everything, you can go pretty far, see different things.
I think.
Except for I feel like
back to your Hyrule, I think if you just moved to New Zealand, you'd probably
be close enough.
That seems like New Zealand and Hyrule are probably pretty similar.
Yeah,
one and the same at that point.
Yeah,
but I'd say one of those, or maybe the beaches in extreme beach volleyball.
That would be your fucking answer.
Yeah, living on the beach, I'd be fine with that.
With all these girls with big size 0 waist and like
huge
triple F boobs.
I'd be fine with that.
Playing volleyball?
Just
it seems like they couldn't even spike. They'd hit themselves in the face with their boobs before they'd actually hit the ball.
Play a dead or alive game. I think the volleyball's as big as each boob.
It really is.
It's a weird world we live in.
Impressive.
How about you, Ben?
Impressive.
I would have to go with any one of the GTAs. Fuck it.
Those are literally just real
basically
cities.
real world.
Well,
so you want to
with
live
the
in LA?
GTA realm, like
drugs, hookers. What?
Yeah, but also if I go into my garage and I'm followed by the police, they can't get me.
All right, sure.
You know,
I almost said, why did you just say The Sims?
Rob people in the middle of the road and just take their sweet cars, and nothing happens.
Well, probably
Fallout.
Fuck no.
No.
Like, as awesome as I think post-apocalyptic stuff is, I don't ever want to fucking live there or go anywhere like that. I'll play through that. I was gonna say Red Dead. I think Red Dead would be pretty, like the Old West.
That'd be nice.
Be pretty awesome. Also, your life expectancy isn't much, and you probably get shot or eaten by a bear. So maybe not that great. Maybe there's not a lot of great.
Far Cry 3.
I mean, that island's cool until you meet Voss, and he's a fucking crazy murderer, psychopath man.
Stay in that place until it's done.
That was Far Cry 4.
Oh, sorry, Far Cry 4. All you had to do is stay there.
And you could beat the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
All right. I think that's about it for that question.
All right. Next up, Ireful Otter again. All-time favorite video game character for a reason other than sexual attraction and why? AKA, leave Lara Croft out of this.
I want to leave it in her.
You're horrible.
John Marston from Red Dead, I think.
John Marston
is a hell of a character.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything's fucking Mass Effect. It's my favorite series, so it's tough to not be like Commander Shepard.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also weird to choose him as your favorite character because you could have made him however you wanted.
Yeah. But he's kind of like you type
right. And like I always play Paragon in those games, so it's just like the best Shepard he could be.
Mm-hmm.
I punched a reporter in the face once, but
I did that too.
She was a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Lou?
See, it's difficult. I would love to meet Link, but he's the very silent person, so it would be.
And he wears belly shirts.
It would just be super boring. I'd be like, "Oh, Link, how's the weather today?" Oh, you don't say. So I don't think I would want to meet him.
Oh, I will. That just reminded me quick. One gripe I had about Monster Hunter is the whole silent protagonist thing. Like if he was in a cutscene, he just kind of like nod his head, or like the Palico would say something, or I hate silent protagonists when they just don't talk at all.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say Master Chief, but he's another. He would be a kind of an interesting one. He does talk. You just never see his face.
Just having to live in a suit forever. I guess this isn't who do you want to be. It's just who do you want to favorite meet? Character.
Yeah,
Master Chief's definitely a badass.
Yeah.
Though.
I had another one, but then I completely spaced out after you said John Marston, so it might hit me later. So I'm just gonna land it on Master Chief.
Landed on Master Chief.
That's where I'm landing my.
Well, if we're all doing two, then
I didn't do two. I said it would have been.
You said Lincoln Master Chief.
I said it would have been Lincoln. Lincoln. If he would talk. But
Abe Lincoln.
Abe Lincoln.
Well, so my actual answer is Cade 6, because fucking badass, hilarious.
That's a really good one.
And a League of Legends character named Ryze, who I play a lot of. Pretty cool guy, the protector of the realm and all the runes and shit. Kind of my style. Did you remember it, Lou?
Yeah, Leon Scott Kennedy.
Leon, help!
From the
Don't
Resident
open that
Evil
door
series.
Leon's cool. He's got good hair.
Me.
What about Chris Redfield? Leon's still better than Chris Redfield.
Leon was my favorite Resident Evil character.
Fair enough.
So up next, Charzillion writes in, what game or games would you like to see as an HD re-release?
Well, they already got one of mine coming to fruition.
Open Door.
Which I'm really happy
Final
about.
Fantasy 7.
Well, that was another one.
Okay.
Resident Evil 2.
Okay.
They're going to be redoing that. But one I would love to see, and you guys I don't think know about this, but the Pantheon Dragon Saga, would love to see that remade in HD, remastered. It was an awesome game. It was basically an open world game on the open world game at the time, where you were this dude and you got a dragon and you were on a quest. It was
Dragon Quest.
Pantheon Dragon Quest.
You were on a Dragon Quest.
I liked it a lot. It was a very good RPG. That would be the game I would like to see remastered.
There's only one right answer here, and he fucked it up. And I think you'll agree with me that KOTOR would be pretty fucking good if it was remastered.
It would be KOTOR.
Because, like, the one standout shining star from KOTOR is the story, which you don't need to upgrade.
Nope.
Just upgrade all the battle systems, all the mechanics and fighting, all the graphics, and you have a fucking masterpiece. For sure.
Did you play KOTOR 2?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Actually,
it wasn't as good of a story.
that's all I ever heard. Like when the original Xbox backwards compatibility stuff came out, I was like, I asked somebody, it was like, is KOTOR 2 worth trying to play at this point? And it just kind of seemed like it was like, yeah, it's not as good as the first. Like if you're gonna go back and play something, just play the first one again.
Yeah.
My other option or my other answer, I'm good at 2 answering today. Spyro. After fucking the Crash trilogy came out, I was like, man, I wish there was a Spyro trilogy remake. I don't even know if there was 3 Spyro games. I just really remember the first one.
Yeah,
but
Spyro was alright.
yeah, I like those games a lot. That's just childhood.
I had a weird childhood. Mine was like Resident Evil childhood.
Well, you had older brothers.
Yeah.
I
was the
parents,
little brother.
Yeah, you were the little brother, so your older brothers were like, here's all the cool stuff the mom and dad don't want you to have. And my parents were like, here's all the stuff. Here's Spyro. It's a purple dragon, and he collects gems.
Yeah, but he set things on fire and shit.
That's true. They probably shouldn't have taught me that.
Yeah.
I lit a stop sign on fire once.
That explains a lot.
Yep.
Goddamn Spyro.
How about you, Ben?
I think the one that I'd like re-released, World at War. It's the Call of Duty one.
I was gonna say COD,
but it was like super simple, and it really made it based on your skill level, not like, oh, you've unlocked these weapons, or you've unlocked these weapons.
That was way back when.
That was way back when it was radar, like military, and then like dogs. And then, like, your 3 like kill streaks and stuff like that.
That's like when we got the Modern Warfare remaster, and it was just like UAV, helicopter, and airstrike or whatever. It's just like the 3 things.
Yeah, World
so
at
it was
War
a simpler
was
time.
One of my more favorite CODs.
World at War was.
Yeah,
I think it was a lot of people enjoyed that
was
one.
So much fun.
Yeah,
that was when I think we were living in Rochester at the time. Yeah,
I didn't write this up in the news, but I saw a rumor that the next COD is going to be Black Ops 4, and it's going to be modern day, and it's going to be on the Switch.
Oh,
someone did say something about that.
I don't think I want a Call of Duty game on Switch.
I don't, but it's nice to
cool
know
to have an option
doing that. You know, it's just showing the possibility.
That's also all rumors. I would just be pumped if it was Black Ops 4 and it was boots on the ground again, like modern day stuff. Hopefully we don't have to say boots on the ground too much coming up this holiday season. But
boots on the ground.
But if that rumor is right, I think I would be pretty excited for a Black Ops 4 like modern day. It would be pretty dope.
I agree. And then like one other quick one that I actually just found. I've been looking for it. Fatal Inertia. I've mentioned it before. It's like a hovercraft racing game. That was pretty dope on my 360. I played it a lot.
I played a lot of Jet Moto. That sounds kind of similar.
I kind of heard of that game.
Jet Moto is fucking sweet.
So that came out in like 2007. So it's 11 years old. I'd like to see that again.
What about Jumping Flash? You ever played Jumping Flash, Lou? No.
Nope. But I did play Colony Wars, which was an awesome...
Colony Wars, almost like Jumping Flash.
It was an awesome airplane space shooter.
All right. Lots of good games that we'd like to see remastered.
Up next, Our Father again. What are some of the other podcasts that you guys like to listen to?
You guys go first.
This is going to be short for me.
He doesn't even listen to ours, so he's not listening to other people's.
Don't really listen to podcasts.
Yeah, I don't really listen to podcasts either. I fill my time with music. But if there is a podcast other than ours that I listen to, there were some Destiny ones back in the day, and the Gary V Experience, which is he's like an entrepreneur, and he kind of tells you to quit bitching about shit and get stuff done. So
it's just hard for me to listen to podcasts because I think I have bad ADD.
I can believe it.
And it's just hard for me to sit and like listen to people talk.
Well, and we
like
don't.
Classes always bored me.
I would never do this when you're just like. I wouldn't just like sit in a chair and try to listen to a podcast. Like I do it while I'm doing work, or like I'll do it if I'm outside doing shit in the yard. Or
yeah, but see, we
don't have a yard. We don't work in a spot where we can just sit there and listen
when
to
you're doing the
podcasts.
dishes, when you're doing your laundry,
then I just have music playing in the background.
Yes,
because if I'm gonna, then I don't know. I just tune if I hear just dribble. It's not even just dribble, but if I hear people talking in the background and they're not talking to me, they're talking about things. I just think it's my neighbor and I tune them out. Like,
well, you know,
you're also mentally challenged.
Maybe you should start listening to podcasts before you go to sleep.
Why?
Turn on a podcast, and then you listen to like the first 15 minutes of it when you go to sleep, and then when you finally tune it out, you just fall asleep.
Yeah, and then you're pretty much just not listening to podcasts at all. So that doesn't really solve
So
anything.
back to square one. All
No,
right.
because you learn stuff while you're sleeping.
All right, well, I have a real answer.
Okay, Zach, give us your real answer.
God damn. 3 that I listen to every week would be the Giant Beast Cast, X1 Bros, and the 16 Ounce Podcast.
Wow, he doesn't even say ours.
Oh, well, okay. Well, fucking, of course,
given.
I listen to ours, yes.
Giving us
And
sass
then
about
if
that.
I have time, I'll listen to Game Informer, Glitch Please, and the Giant Bombcast. The Giant Bombcast being the lesser of the two Beast and Bombcasts.
I don't know. I feel like podcasts are a lot like talk radio too. That's pretty much all it is.
That's literally the
You're
same
really
exact thing.
shooting up the feeling for this podcast right here, Lou.
No, I
I'm not
like
I'm not saying
doing
that
them. I enjoy doing podcasts.
You just don't like listening to
I
them?
just it's like when I'm driving a car and talk radio comes on, I'm not going to leave it on. I change it.
Yeah.
You never
See,
know.
like I also just have ESPN radio on, so that's just people talking.
Yeah,
I don't know. I find a good balance between music and podcasts. I don't think that's terribly hard.
No, it's definitely
Also, I'm in a different scenario. Like I have 8 hours a day sitting in front of a computer at a desk, not having to
not.
interact with customers or anything like that. So like 8 hours is a long time. You have plenty of time to listen to music and podcasts when you're in my situation.
Yeah.
If my time was more limited, then yeah, I might not listen to as many. But that's the thing. Like when I get busy, I only have a few that I make sure to listen to, and then I have other ones
Yeah,
where
but
if
are
I miss
you
a couple weeks, it's
Paying attention to what's going on when you're
I
listening
mean-
to them and working. See,
my job's pretty
Yeah.
easy.
Just
It's
recently
it's
got even
clicking
more easy.
It's clicking the same things over and over. Like at
Mhm.
this point, I'm used to everything. Well, actually, that's not true with everything
I was
changing.
gonna say
Your
this is a
stupid
big
job.
new thing just
But-
came through.
But yeah, those are the ones I listen to. They're all really good.
All right. Up next, Bama Shocks ask, why can't I make Waterloo love me?
That's a good question. I don't think anyone can make me love them. But if you try, I might start liking you. No, I like everybody. I don't know. This is a strange question. I don't know how to answer it.
I think you just need to spend more time in Discord. I think he just misses you. I
Yeah.
think we all do.
Yeah, I'm hit or miss.
It's really
No,
tough.
it's not
to-
really
busy
tough.
playing my Switch while
No,
I'm
see
not
what
doing
happens
anything
is
else.
I'll be in there for a little bit. I'll chime in, I'll talk, and then I'll miss like 15, 16 to 100 little
messages, and then you're just like, oh, it's not worth it.
and then I'm lost.
Nope.
I'm like, okay, I'll just wait for tomorrow to happen, and then
And then I'll try, and then I'll fail.
Exactly.
You're the fucking
Um,
worst.
I've been told that I push my way into too many situations, so like I just stay out of conversation in there if it doesn't involve me, and then like throw in a ha or something.
And I also feel like I'm retarded.
What you
so
are?
Yeah,
if,
but
like,
That's
I'll
like half the
chime in
reason
would be
we
like,
brought you
oh,
into Discord.
bananas are on sale at Wegmans for $15.33, and you guys would be like,
That's an expensive fucking set of bananas.
It's a big
Holy
banana.
Shit.
$15.33 for 100 pounds. So,
I'd like to
That
see
is-
you
that's
carry
pretty
100
good.
pounds of bananas out of there.
but
Hilarious.
anyway, like I feel like I just chime in with random things, and it's like, and then everyone goes quiet because they don't know what I'm talking about. So then I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
but at least the silence is because they're laughing and don't know what to say.
or it's just like, how is this guy still alive? Type deal.
How do you live day to day
Yeah.
without just killing yourself?
Does he like?
Not like taking your own life, just dying.
Yeah, I wouldn't take my own life.
No, nobody should. Next up, Ladonian. That got deep real quick. All right, Lou, we're going to do the first part of this is your 1, 2, 3.
3, 2, 1. Wait.
I didn't tell them what we were doing
I
yet.
thought we were just going to say it.
So, traditional or boneless wings on 3. Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Traditional.
Boneless.
This is awesome because I was like, that's a great question, Ladonian. 99% chance that Shopa is the only one that disagrees because he doesn't know anything about food.
Yep.
All right, go. Tell me why your boneless wings are better than normal wings.
Because I don't have to. There's no bone in the middle. I'm not wasting
So you're fucking
anything.
lazy. That's not a reason to like one food more than another.
Yeah, it is.
No, boneless wings are fucking chopped up chicken tenders.
Uh-huh. But I can still dip them and then eat them with a fork. I don't have to work around them and get all fucking nasty.
You get more
And
flavor in the wings.
So
like
much
traditional.
more.
More flavor. It's traditional.
If I go out to a fucking restaurant, I'm gonna order boneless wings over traditional wings.
What are you, a child?
Sure, if that makes me a child.
You want some chicken fingers over there?
Yes, I often order chicken fingers after getting boneless wings as an appetizer. I like chicken.
Don't.
No, he does.
So
Ask me what I get at Tully's when I go to Tully's.
Could I have your
Tully's
chicken
has
tenders?
the worst chicken tenders, but tell me what you
Wait,
order at
you don't
Tully's.
like the Tully's chicken tenders?
No, it's like eating a fucking pancake.
I've heard they changed their recipe. Also,
Like,
I don't know.
they stopped using cake batter.
I don't know. I heard a lot of
cover
people
their-
love their Tully's tenders.
I heard they're the best tenders in the world, according to Tully's. So
Yeah.
you can't
I
always
love
believe what
Tully's
you hear.
tenders.
Okay.
I get 10 of them when I go there as like the meal.
See, that's something
All right,
I don't.
So what do you? That's what you order for your meal. So what do you order for your appetizer?
Boneless wings.
Okay, you go to a bar.
Yeah.
You're getting a beer.
Uh-huh.
They ask you, "Would you like wings?"
Uh-huh.
And you say yes.
Uh-huh.
They bring you out wings.
Traditional wings.
What do you think they're going to bring you?
I mean, at that point,
That's
they're saying
not the
traditional
question.
wings.
Okay. Now, if they
Which I don't
ask
not
you what
eat.
you want, you're going to say boneless wings at a bar. Where it's traditional to eat traditional wings.
You can't say it's traditional to eat traditional wings at a bar.
Yes, it
There's no
is.
tradition in eating anything at a bar.
When you go to a bar, you get
Popcorn.
traditional... What? That's the movies.
Tully's has popcorn.
Yeah, they do.
So
I don't know.
is-
It's traditional to get boned-in wings. It's tradition. You can't
I mean,
break
I
the
don't not
tradition.
eat both of them.
It was just a question of which do you like more.
Yeah. Oh, sauce.
At least you're not telling me that
They're
nachos.
yeah.
that was like a week long.
This boneless
conversation.
chicken wing is a nacho. If you dip it in cheese. False. Yeah, I don't know. I'm all about traditional wings. They're just although you have a preference though over wing or leg, right? Or wing or
Yes.
the
Dick or vagina.
The drumstick
yes.
or
Dick
the,
or vagina.
the wing.
Dick or vagina.
So you go with drumstick then, if you have the choice then,
I don't know.
or do you just kind of pick whatever?
It doesn't really matter because I've gotten them both down to a science of eating them.
Yeah, and do you use two hands the whole time?
No, what I do is I take the drumstick. You can just eat like a piece of corn around the outside, and then the wing. What you do is you split it and you bite off the smaller part of the wing, and you kind of pull that out, and then you have basically its own drumstick there.
Okay, I mean,
Do you break it?
I do the same thing. No,
Fuck off. Fuck
No.
both of you. No, you don't
You-
break the vagina. You just stick your tongue in the middle there and you get all the chicken out.
You
This
can't
is why
get all the
people
chicken.
don't
Yes, you
want to go
can.
eat dinner with you when you're just jamming your tongue through the center of a fucking chicken wing.
I
That's
do it all in my
gross.
mouth. Like you can't see it.
You
what's
put the
happening.
whole chicken wing in your mouth?
Yeah, that's what I do. I eat a whole drumstick in like one go. Like I don't like bite pieces off of that fucker. Like I put that sucker in there. I fucking put my tooth to the bone. I spin it around until all the top meat's off of it, and then I flip it around and eat the meat on the bottom.
I know
of
what
it.
he's talking about, but that's like savage when you do that only when you're eating by yourself at home in your underwear.
I do. I
One
eat,
finger in
there's-
his belly button, the other just hand in his mouth.
That's literally a live version of what happens when I eat chicken wings at home. Although I never actually buy myself chicken wings and bring them home.
Because
I
he
like-
buys himself boneless wings and brings them home.
That's accurate.
which are also easier to eat at home. 'Cause then you just got a plate and you just have a fork and you just.
Yes, we're not saying that boneless wings aren't easier. We're just saying they're not as good. And that's a fact.
Look it up.
Just look at Wikipedia. It'll tell you. All right, what's the second part of this question?
The second part: what is your favorite sauce?
I'm a buffalo spicy person. Give me spice.
I think like a barbecue sauce is also really good. Like
buffalo and barbecue.
yeah, tossed in hot sauce and barbecue is pretty good.
Mhm.
At our Super Bowl party though, our buddy Kirk brought some. It's called everything sauce, and
Yeah, they were
it's like
good.
it's like a mixture of like ranch, blue cheese, and hot sauce is what he thinks it is at least, and that kind of makes sense in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm definitely a honey barbecue guy
honey barbecue.
all the way.
We should go to Buffalo Wild Wings and just try every single flavor.
Do you get boneless or traditional wings at Buffalo Wild Wings?
Traditional. I will never order fucking boneless wings if there's a traditional wing option
I get boneless wings
because I'm an adult.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a dose.
It's because he chokes on the bones, so he has to get...
I don't choke on the bones.
Jam
I
the whole
eat them
fucking
in
thing in
one.
your mouth.
I just don't get traditional wings because I have to eat them that way, and then I just look weird. So I just
Yeah,
save myself the
of course
effort.
you're going to look weird if you shove a whole drumstick
I can
in
put
your
a
mouth.
whole boneless wing in my mouth and just nom it down. It looks weird when I put a whole...
No, it looks weird when you
Wing
jam
in
your
my
tongue
mouth.
through the fucking chicken wing. Like
Did
it's
you
a
watch me
vagina.
eating last night?
No,
I tried
Ben,
not
you
to.
know, generally I avoid watching you eat anything. Rule of thumb.
It's fun.
Watching you? No, it's not.
Yeah, you get a
makes my
rise out of
stomach
it.
upset.
I get I get a rise in my stomach as I'm fucking vomiting everywhere. Yeah, okay. I think garlic parm wings are also decent if they're done right.
Mm.
And then putting a little bit of like parm cheese on each one of the sets of wings. DNR down at Marietta does that.
They
Down
put
near
parm on
Tisco.
like hot wings.
On all of their wings.
It's like shaken parm.
Yep.
Huh. Interesting.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Do you like regular hot sauce, like really what's the word I'm looking for? Like juicy, or do you want like the sauce thicker? Like super thick sauce, or do you not really care?
Yeah,
I don't want it super thick.
I like super thick.
Well,
I don't like
I mean
peanut butter sauce.
barbecue sauces.
Have you ever had a peanut butter chicken wing?
I've had peanut butter chicken wings with it's like a jelly based wing with like a Thai peanut butter sauce for the dipping sauce. The place near where you used to work on Chuck's down up on Marshall Street. They used to do like a Thai peanut butter wing. It was
Chuck's? Are you sure it's not Fagan's?
No, Chuck's. The scary one with all the writing on the walls everywhere.
Yep. Okay, I never got.
Like
I didn't know
you
they
could
could
get
get wings there.
Yeah, their food's actually really good. This is really helpful for all you people that don't live in Syracuse. If you ever come to Syracuse, ask us for food
Ask us for
recommendations
directions.
and a beer. We'll get you both.
My girlfriend's aunt made them actual. She just like mixed peanut butter with some butter to kind of make it a little bit less thick of a sauce, like a peanut butter sauce kind of deal. And then she put them on, dipped them in wings.
Well, that's like
pretty good.
Did you ever have peanut butter on a burger? Have you, Lou?
No.
Did you not do that? Oh.
You guys are making my stomach not happy.
No,
Really?
I bet
Yeah.
you. I don't know.
I think you'd like it.
I don't know. I feel like you're generally like you like foods. Like the first time I had one was out in Colorado. Was the first peanut butter burger I had, and it's a burger with peanut butter and bacon.
Was I not there? I probably wasn't there.
I did no, because we left you in San Diego.
No, you guys left me in Vegas.
Or we did leave you in Vegas. Right. Yeah, really good. Next time you're making a bacon burger, just throw some peanut butter on there. I don't think you'll be upset. Man, I'll just have to make them one night and then force you to come over.
Crunchy peanut butter?
No, just it's like
regular
creamy.
peanut butter, or
you
like
know when
honey peanut
you make your grilled peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yeah.
Like what happens to the peanut butter? It gets kind of like runny
Uh-huh.
because it's like heated up. It's just like that.
I'll
Give it a shot.
Try it, but
Well, maybe we'll make them sometime.
Better than boneless wings.
Can we do like a cooking session? Risky Radio does cooking.
Sure. Do
I'm
whatever
down.
you want.
And then we just watch Lou cook as we just sit there and talk about games.
Yeah, we can critique the food you make.
okay.
Yeah, sounds good to me. That's going to do it for our questions here. Next up, let's get into some news. Okay, is there anyone I'm supposed to do last?
Nah, I don't really care.
No?
You can do whatever you
You're
want
pretty mad
today.
at me last time. Just wanted to make sure.
No, that's
clean
just
everything up.
Game Pass is clearly the best story. There's no Game Pass this week, unfortunately. Well, there's still a Game Pass.
Yeah, I don't think they did away with
But
that.
there's no story about it.
There's no story as good as the Game Pass.
Gotcha. Well, then I choose you, Pikachu.
Pika!
Red Dead 2 gets a release date. Hello?
Yes. All right, guys. Holster your pistols for just a little bit longer. The game hasn't been. They pushed it back, unfortunately. A little
It was
bit.
supposed to come out in spring, right?
It was supposed to be spring of next year. Oh, no, spring of this year. Sorry. But unfortunately, the developers said we're going to hold off onto it. They want to make sure everything is just right.
Got to make sure it has the right amount of polish.
Yeah, they exactly got to have that turtle wax just in the right spot. But guys, get ready to unholster those pistols, shoot your enemies. Let's see, harvest herd cattle, rob banks, visit saloons, gamble your money away,
How about prostitutes?
or simply murder everybody and have sex with all the prostitutes. And you can do that this October 26th. Who doesn't want to go kill a prostitute?
5 days before Halloween. I'm going to dress up as John Marston for Halloween.
Can we all dress up as John Marston for Halloween?
I am going to
The living version of him, not the... I'm not going to spoil anything.
Okay.
What are you going to dress up as? The Bud Knight?
No, I'm going to dress up as the Colonel.
Sanders?
Yep. That's good. That's accurate.
And
Yep.
I'm going to get a bucket.
Are you just going to buy a bucket of chicken to hand out to people?
Yep.
Just going to walk around with it?
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait.
That is going to be good.
Are you going to be the super tan version, or are you just going to be like the regular version?
I'll be the extra crispy.
Extra crispy version?
Yeah, because the extra crispy version was a thin guy. I could pull off the extra crispy version.
Huh? True. Up next in the news, they're coming out with a car battle royale style game that combines PUBG and, if you played it, Twisted Metal, called Not My Car. There has been a live stream of the pre-alpha version, so there's not much known, no release dates, nothing like that, but you can sign up for the PC beta, only on PC, unfortunately.
For now, I would say we might end up with it eventually.
Maybe.
Who knows?
But it looks like, if you play PUBG, it looks like you exactly like PUBG, but you're a car instead of a person. You can go indoors, you can loot, you can get upgrades to your car, upgrades to your guns, all that kind of stuff. And it's a battle royale with a closing circle until the last person survives. So it looks a little interesting. We
literally Twisted Metal meets PUBG.
Literally Twisted Metal meets PUBG. So
did they show how you pick up like weapons or anything like that?
No, I didn't look. I didn't watch. I didn't get time to watch any of the live stream or anything. I just looked up some of the information on it. If you'd like to go look at a live stream, check out YouTube. I know one of the things that we were confused about and kind of enjoyed was it was strictly on Mixer.
Oh yeah, it was weird. It did debut. Well, that's why when I first saw this, I was like, oh, maybe it will come to Xbox because they streamed it on Mixer, owned by Microsoft and definitely the smaller of the two streaming platforms. So maybe we'll see it in early access sometime.
Fingers crossed. But no, I'm assuming you just
if it's
walk over to it and hit
or you
X
just
to loot or
like if you pull into a garage and there's just like a machine gun, just a big floating machine gun, and it just attaches to your car.
You like start and like attach it through a.
I think if it's like the old Twisted Metal games and it just happens to be a battle royale game, it'd be fun. If you're trying to do super tactical weird shit with your car, like you're not going to be camping in a bathroom with your car.
Is that exhaust coming out the window?
So like there's not going to be a hiding element.
No.
So
but actually one of the parts I saw, there isn't like an invisibility
upgrade. Okay, if you can get like a
so you can
cloak.
be like so if like you hear somebody coming up, you can like back into like a corner and like go invisible, and they'll just like drive by like no one's there, and you can sneak up behind them.
Hey, sure, interesting.
Rockets, machine guns.
It's still another take on battle royale that isn't a direct ripoff, I guess.
Yeah,
cool.
I think they're running out of options. This is probably one of the last of the actual options, other than like paladins trying to do like teams.
I'll say soon we're just going to start seeing legitimate just PUBG
rip-offs.
clones like Ghost Wildlands Battle Royale. That's literally just PUBG.
Yep.
But
Green Army Men Battle Royale.
Oh,
sure.
Where you can only move like. You can only move like a penguin.
And
your feet are locked into one spot.
You can't crouch or go prone.
You just fall over.
If you go prone,
get the prone guy.
Up.
You can only be prone, or you could get the only crawling guy. So you'd have to crawl the whole game.
And you just get the one weapon that you start with. So if you're the guy with the fucking metal detector, you're just done for. He's looking for mines.
Yep,
that's it. All right.
Up next, Nintendo Online, Zach?
So we got a little more info on Nintendo Online. I know before I had said that I thought it was going to be $40 a year. I think that's what was speculated at least. But $20.
I was going to say, it's pretty cheap, which is
$20 a year.
I could definitely see myself not batting
an eyelash.
There we go. Thank you.
And the service is going live this September. So you'll still have a few months of your free online multiplayer, but if you plan on doing anything online, you're going to need this service. But $20 a year, come on, that's cheap, especially since this is coming with like the classic games that we talked about.
I was gonna say, doesn't it give you some other things too?
Yeah. The classic games, I think, are only like you have them for like a month and then they swap. Like it's not like games with gold where you get the game and then you get to download it like it's yours forever. This is more like a, hey, this is what you can play for free this month, and then like if you want to buy it at the end of the month, it might be cheaper. But also being a member of their online service means you're going to get like specific discounts in the eShop.
Yeah, I did hear about that too, which is nice.
Which is just like deals with gold and the PlayStation Plus. Like,
so maybe those other games will be free.
I mean, that's what
free for an extended period of time. I mean, not for an extended period of time. Free for like ever.
Yeah, maybe. I guess we'll see. They still need to. I don't know. They need to have a good online infrastructure to begin with, because right now how you play online is kind of fucked.
They need to get communication first.
Yeah. So like if you're actually paying for the online service, that should have a functioning like party chat at least.
Yep.
Not having to use Discord or something like that, which, I mean, Discord is probably the easiest way to actually communicate with other people playing Nintendo right now. But yeah, so we do have a date for that. Well, a month for it at least.
That's very cool.
Sweet. And sticking with Nintendo, Mario Kart Tour?
Yes, Mario Kart Tour, which is also Mario Goes Apps. See what I did there? Yeah, Goes Apps with Mario Kart Tour. Wow, you guys really suck.
He goes apps?
Yeah, it's an app. It's a game. Mario Kart Tour is an app for your phone. It's a mobile game.
He already went app because you had Mario Run. So this isn't like a new thing for Mario.
Fuck you guys, okay?
That's a stupid joke.
It sounded good in my head, all right?
No, I think there's a lot of things that sound good in your head that sound dumb as fuck when they come out. No offense. Love you, Lou.
Totally.
Anyways, back to the Mario story here. Mario Kart 8 is actually will be released next financial year, which is April of this year to March of next year.
Fiscal?
It said financial year where I was reading it.
It's also not Mario Kart 8.
It's actually Mario Kart Tour, which I was going to get on to Mario Kart 8 because it's lower in my reading. You guys really fucked me over here when you didn't like my whole Mario apps thing. Just really
screwed up
me.
the whole segment.
I'm going to be honest.
Sorry.
I had the two stories that Lou was going to say this week, and I was like, no, I'll just give him these ones. These seem easier to communicate.
Fuck you guys. Anyways,
You're doing fine, Lou. Just read what you got.
Woosa.
Yeah. Saba.
Mario Kart Tour said to be released next fiscal year, aka April of this year to March of next year. That's the time frame I got.
Fiscal years ends April 2019. Yep.
Okay.
So sometime in the next year, most likely.
Yep. You go fuck yourself. And back to the story. Yeah, that's about it. There's a port. There's the game coming. It's gonna be awesome. I think it's gonna be really cool. I think you can use your phone to turn
accelerometer
everything like that, which will be really nice. Who doesn't love Mario Kart? I think this on handheld system, portable mobile system is gonna be great. I think it's really gonna help Nintendo's apps revenue increase a lot.
Hopefully, it's better than Animal Crossing was.
I agreed with that. I mean, if you think about it. Nintendo announced that they sold 14.86 million Switch consoles, and half of those bought the Mario Kart 8, and that is a direct port from the
Wii
U. So just think of how many people will probably be getting this game because.
So this is a port.
No, it doesn't say it's a direct.
It's not a port.
But I'm just saying Mario itself, Mario Kart 8
just
was
the
a direct
name
port.
itself will have people download it just to try it out because it's Mario.
Literally, this was just an announcement of, hey, our next mobile game is going to be Mario Kart.
Yeah, they're going.
We don't know anything else.
They're going apes with apes. They're going apes with apps. I'm just gonna leave the app part. Can we just cut
I think
that?
You should just leave this room.
I got my two stories done.
So have a good night, Lou.
Bye, Lou.
Yeah, the first one was pretty good.
Then you just screwed it over with apps for apes. I mean, apes for apps. Next up, so we got the Far Cry pushback which kind of made us sad, right?
I mean, it was only a month, so it wasn't the end of the world.
So a little sad, but they already gave out their Far Cry or their season pass. Sorry, I was reading Far Cry above it. They already gave out their season pass information. So
this all looks fucking awesome.
The season pass is going to include an updated version of Far Cry 3,
which we're gonna get for. That's just for free, right? That's just for. It's
the season pass. The season pass plus Far Cry 5, if you buy it all together, is going to be $89.99.
Okay.
So a little bit more.
$10 in expansion. That's not horrible. Plus all of 3.
Not at all.
Yep.
Cool.
As well as, because you mentioned $10 per expansion, people can do some math.
But there's more.
Dead Living Zombies, which is a zombie horde mode where you're in an infested wasteland just killing a bunch of zombies.
A bunch of dead living zombies.
Hours of Darkness, which take players into a Vietnam-based area to battle against the Viet Cong.
Heavy topic, but all right.
Yeah.
And Lost on Mars.
Fighting giant fucking spiders.
Spacesuits, giant spiders floating in the air, Mars.
That'll be fun.
I really like this, and I like this because the whole story for Far Cry 5 is going to wrap up in the base game of Far Cry 5. Like, you don't need to buy an expansion after this to see what happens 10 years later. What you're getting in this expansion is just 3 fucking things that are completely out there, which is awesome. This is like when Red Dead Undead Nightmare came out. It wasn't an expansion for Red Dead Redemption that was building more on the story. It was just this side fucking weird thing with zombies, and it was so good.
It was pretty dope.
So I think this is a great way to do DLC, knowing that when you hit credits in that main game, like that's the whole story.
That's
the culmination of what you meant, and then now you have all
the additional stuff is just fun, fucking crazy stuff.
It's like
I like this a lot.
Reminds me a little bit of like the GTA 5 and online stuff they've done. Like they brought you out a bunch of they brought out heists, cool, which like add on to your story. But they've also done like the what was the Hot Wheels one where you just drove around.
Yeah. Yep.
So
just adding shit that isn't. They're not really adding new stuff to the story. They're just adding new stuff to their like online thing, which is also good. Knowing that when you finish GTA 5, you've finished GTA 5.
So that's great news. But do you want to hear some more great news?
Sure.
If you pre-order the season pass with the game, you get 4 weeks early access to the Far Cry 3 updated version.
Oh shit! So you can get it
a month early.
Get it a month out.
Get it a month early before Far Cry 5. So I'm wondering if that was their plan the whole time. So now you're getting Far Cry 3 updated the day they were supposed to come out with Far Cry 5, and then you're getting Far Cry 5 a month later with 3 other versions of it as well. Well, 3 other things to play.
I'm assuming those will come out down the road. I don't think those will launch day and date.
Day 1 launch.
DLC usually doesn't, so I would assume not. But
there's been a couple of games that have come out with like day 1 DLCs. I think we honored them for it. I don't remember what they were. I was just
going to say name one.
I wish I did.
But if you already don't have an answer, that's fine.
So that's pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah.
They already announced all of this stuff coming out. I mean, it all looks pretty cool. Something we'll have to dive into once we're done with Far Cry 5, which will take us all of our time when it comes out.
Yeah.
It looks so fucking good.
Yeah, it also comes out a fucking week after Sea of Thieves, so fuck.
Shit.
Great.
Awesome. I'll just have to beat Sea of Thieves in a week then.
I don't think you beat Sea of Thieves.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a game you beat.
Well, maybe I just... Yeah.
I'm trying not to think of the future because I'm still just trying to finish
the games in the past.
Day by day. And last but not least, this week on our news docket, Microsoft buying companies?
Yeah, this is... it's weird because like when this story first came out, it was earlier in the week. So it's just... this came from a report from Polygon. They heard from a reliable source that's close to Microsoft that Microsoft is looking to buy some studios, buy some companies. The 3 that came up were EA, which is fucking massive, Valve,
also fucking
humongous,
massive,
and then PUBG Corp, which
Bluehole.
No, they're PUBG Corp now. They broke off from Bluehole.
Oh,
yeah.
So they actually broke off. I thought
when you load up
renamed.
When you load up PUBG, it says PUBG Core now. They might have renamed actually. Bluehole might. I don't fucking know.
Whatever.
if you buy PUBG Core, you get PUBG.
Basically.
So those are the three things that are being rumored. It was just weird because as the week went on and I still had this story written down, it seemed like this is kind of just like, yeah, sure, these are three companies that Microsoft could buy. A lot of them don't seem realistic though. Like at least EA and Valve.
Yeah.
EA is huge. Like, and just some of the rights that EA holds for intellectual properties like Star Wars, the NFL, like, I don't know. It would cost so much money to buy EA that I don't know if it's worth it, especially when, I don't know, like 70% of EA games are being played on
both
PlayStation.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, maybe it turns into exclusives.
Well, I was going to say, if they did buy any of these, they were going to get a nice exclusive library to them. You know
that, and they're going to get like.
But then anybody
who pay. So say you're not even exclusive. Say you still have them all on everything. Somebody buys. You know, you have a PS4 and you buy Madden 2019.
Microsoft's making some money.
Microsoft's making some money off of Sony.
Right. So that's where, especially with the sports games, like.
Yeah,
I don't know what they'd actually be able to make exclusive. It would have to be like new properties,
or some shit like that. Yeah.
So I don't know if it's worth the purchase there. And it's the same thing with Valve. I mean, there's some good reasons that Valve could work, like with them trying to push their PC stuff. Valve and like Valve owning Steam, that
working with the Windows 10 stuff,
with Windows 10, like that all kind of makes sense. But Gabe Newell is also the dude that owns Valve, who came from Microsoft and left Microsoft on bad terms. So that doesn't make a ton of sense. So that's weird.
Well, if they buy Valve, I guarantee he will be
not there anymore.
Yep.
Yeah, he'll take his fucking Scrooge McDuck money and he'll just go live in the ocean full of
Scrooge McDuck
$100 bills. It would be cool if they bought Valve though, and then can you imagine if they bought Valve and then Microsoft is the one that puts out Half-Life 3?
Ugh.
And then it just ends up being horrible or something. Just like you bought Valve and then you made this thing that people have been wanting for over a decade and you just butchered it.
But I don't think they would though, just because Microsoft needs any exclusive that they can have, they need to put out in full force, not fucked it up at all.
Yeah.
You know.
I could also see like with EA, at least going back to that for a minute, I could see that acquisition going over kind of like how Mojang was. Like they bought essentially Minecraft for $2 billion, but they're still pumping it out to everyone. Like you can play it on the Switch, you can play it on PlayStation, you can play it literally on any screen anywhere. I think it would be the same deal if they did buy EA. I would love to know what the evaluation on EA is, because like I guarantee
how much that shit would be to buy EA as a whole.
The value of EA, a lot.
Oh,
thought that'd be an easy thing to look up, but
no. Maybe I'll put it in the next podcast.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do some research.
I will
mean, billions of dollars, tens of billions of dollars.
The one of these companies that makes the most sense, though, I think, is PUBG Corp. Yep. They already have the exclusive rights for now for PUBG. Like, you can only play, the only console you can play PUBG on is the Xbox.
Yep.
I don't think it's a stretch that they just buy them out and just keep PUBG locked down on the Xbox forever.
Yep. And then just transfer it into your Windows 10 stuff through Steam.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think there's probably a lot of PlayStation people who are holding out for PUBG right now. Like, okay, it's on Microsoft. Like, maybe in a year or whatever, we'll get it. And once you're like, oh, hey, if you want to play this on a console and you don't want to build a PC, like, you need to buy an Xbox. Move some consoles. It seems like the cheapest acquisition with the most you could potentially gain, maybe, but you're also only getting one game out of PUBG Corp. So,
I mean, EA would be a monster house if they did that. I mean, they would definitely. I feel like
both of them would be.
Well, I'm saying if they did EA, they would leave the sports game and everything for all the systems just to drag in most revenue that way.
But going forward, like EA titles could be Microsoft exclusive.
Certain EA titles I could see them making.
But that's the other thing, though, is if you get Valve, PUBG's on Steam. So,
I mean, once you own Valve, you're just making money off every game that's ever purchased on Steam. So
yeah, that's weird because then you get PUBG for computers, but you don't get it for console exclusive. But if you only get PUBG Core, you only get PUBG on your console, but you don't actually have it because PUBG on Steam is totally different.
Well, yeah. But you're still making money on every Steam purchase of PUBG if you own PUBG. So it's like they're still making money either way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is... I think this is coming to light like this because of the recent, hey, Microsoft has no first-party exclusive stuff, so they need to buy some studios.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think that buying giants like EA or Valve is the way to go about this. So
yeah,
I think you'll end up with a smaller dev team, a smaller production team. But yeah, I don't know. We could see some exciting news with Microsoft acquisitions coming up in the next couple months here, I would think.
I agree completely.
So that's going to do it for our news. Let us know if anything we missed this week. We're not perfect. Sometimes we miss some news stories. Or if you want to comment on anything, you can join our Discord. An invite for that will be in the show notes. So what do you guys think you'll be playing this week, and where can we find you?
Well, you can find me on Waterloo on Xbox and Mixer, Waterloo is on the PlayStation Network. I'll probably be playing Monster Hunter, some pub, probably some D&D or Darkest Dungeon. Put it that way. I don't actually play. I don't think I'll play Dungeons and Dragons.
Darkest Dungeons.
Who knows? I want to try to Redbox some games as well too. So we'll see what blooms out of.
See what
this.
tickles your fancy.
Nope, nothing's tickling my fancy this week.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I know.
I'm Risky the Kid everywhere. I'll be playing more Mario Rabbids. I'd like to get back into Assassin's Creed. I was grinding hard on that 2 weeks ago. And
so hard.
I didn't touch it. Grinding on Assassin's Creed. Have you seen Bayek? I grind up on him all day.
I thought you were just grinding up on the physical copy of the game.
No, because I don't own physical copies of game. So I'd have to just be like grinding up on my Xbox.
Hey, I would grind up on my Xbox.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, that's probably it though. How about you, Ben?
You can find me at OMG at Shopa everywhere. Mixer, Twitter,
Everywhere.
Xbox, PS4,
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
League of Legends, definitely. PUBG, definitely. Maybe figure out a little bit more Monster Hunter. And I think we're gonna look to rent some games.
He's gonna buy a Switch too.
You might as well just buy a Switch.
Just buy a Switch.
Yeah,
Stop being a bitch.
Switch soon. I don't know. We'll see.
Jesus.
I have to make some money first, okay, boys? Give me a little bit of time to make some money, and then I'll buy a Switch. Okay?
And the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
And the Eagles won the Super
They
Bowl.
did. They won the Super Bowl.
But that is going to do it for us tonight here at Risky Radio. I would like to thank you all for joining us. We had a fun time, and we hope you did too. We'll be back next week for a brand new episode. But until then, we'll catch you later.
Bye, guys.
Deuces.